100%, Richard. And as you mentioned the veto, right? I think it's just about the second phase of the veto that I think will be a little bit different. That's where it will get interesting. I think bans won't change, picks won't change. I think we'll see PARIVISION go with Dust 2. We'll see MOUZ go with Inferno. But I think after that, MOUZ will switch it up, right? Like last time, it was Overpass as the decider, and MOUZ were able to win it.
Convincingly.
I think in this one, MOUZ vetoed Mirage last time in the second phase. I think they will get rid of Ancient, and that way leave it to PARIVISION to choose between Overpass and Mirage as the decider. I don't know what they'll do. I think they would prefer Overpass, but they lost it to MOUZ. So I think that's where it gets a little bit interesting. Up until that point, yeah, I mean, both teams had pretty convincing wins on their respective map picks, so no really reason to change there. And here's where I wonder what the approach will be.
Okay, actually, PARIVISION go with the Ancient veto again. Or no, sorry, it's MOUZ that bring that one out. So you're totally spot on there, Yanko. They don't want to see that one again. And PARIVISION, they don't want the nightmare run back. They don't want to actually have to face them on Overpass again where they got nothing done. Mirage, on the other hand, being the decider here, I would say even though at the beginning of the tournament, MOUZ were avoiding this one, it was their second phase ban, they've now beaten Na'Vi twice in a row on it. That's one of the world-class teams on Mirage. Even if Navi's form has fallen, they were convincing wins in the direction of MOUZ.
Yeah, not only that, I think PARIVISION have lost it now quite a few times in a row. What are we on, like 4, 5, something like that?
Yeah, something like that, definitely. And you know, after the win against Falcons yesterday on Ancient, their confidence is probably going to be up on that map. But just in general, these are two teams that are very similar to each other, right? Like these are two teams that have a really high floor, that don't make, you know, too many glaring mistakes. They don't gift you rounds. They're both very frugal with their economy, right? Like there's going to be a lot of saving. This is going to be a war of attrition. This is going to be trench warfare. We're going to be here for a while because PARIVISION, every single series they played here has been a 3-mapper.
I was going to say, I hope the fans have already been and got their beers because this is going to be thirsty work. Nothing short about a PARIVISION game. So let's start setting up this first map, guys. I mean, obviously, we've seen PARIVISION play this quite a bit. We've seen PARIVISION go to overtime on this quite a bit. So how do we rate them?
Well, the thing that's so exciting about watching PARIVISION play is that it really does feel like for Zealots, as James is controlling them, that he's really laying the law down. And this is around from the previous time these two teams matched up off against each other. And it's going to kick off with an opening pick in the side of PARIVISION. Now that they have this sort of 5v4 advantage, I mean, they just get to toy with MOUZ. But what you'll notice is that they make a split-second read based off of how James reads utility. They throw a little bit of a mid to B fake themselves. They're going to prod outside through the double doors for a little bit here, make their way back up the catwalk, and you can see that PARIVISION right now, they're probably between a couple decisions. They have a couple guys outside long. This is generally going to set up for some kind of A split, but in just a moment right here, this smoke that is thrown all the way from A, James immediately reads that. He takes his gun back out, drops the bomb, and just says, "We're going through this." You know, this could have been an A split, but as soon as he sees that it's a smoke flying all the way over from A, he just makes that instant mid-round decision to just hightail it to B to an empty bomb site. So that's what you get when you get PARIVISION. You get a team that is willing to live and die by the instant reads that James makes.
Yeah, absolutely, and maybe something MOUZ can use to bait them this time around. But the problem for MOUZ was their T side, right? Like they couldn't win a single round on the T side. They opened with trying to do the B split first 2 gun rounds, gets shut down, then it's easy for them to read them going A. So this is where they need to make some adjustments.
All right then, guys. It's time for the game. MOUZ might be in the building, but there is nothing meek or mild about our 2 commentators for this one. Please make some noise for Sponge and Machine.
I am really excited about this clash today. Semi-final Saturday, and I mean the desk has set the scene, chat. This is an exciting clash. Defending champs versus the meteoric rise that is PARIVISION. One of them's going to be in that grand final tomorrow.
And it's a rematch, right? The only difference this time around is the setting and the stakes. Didn't have any issues yesterday, PARIVISION, especially with the rookies. And MOUZ, we know that was the conversation once upon a time, but not anymore. They
I
feel like MOUZ do come into this one as the favorite. However, as we've seen in the arena, look at the polls online, it seems the majority are siding with PARIVISION. Is that right, Cluj? PARIVISION? I mean, Richard's right. That is unusual. PARIVISION actually have a crowd advantage coming into this one. The MOUZ criticisms, the MOUZ crowd Hard to win over, but this is a process. Let's see what happens across the course of these maps. I think, as a fan, you got to cheer for good CS, and MOUZ certainly play a lot of that.
Yeah, just pointing that out. We're going to get an awful lot of that here, and it's a long series, right? It's been 3 maps every single time for PARIVISION, and I think that's going to happen again with the way the video's gone down.
Let's get this place started, Cluj. Let's get these semi.
Mata qilayotgan paytda sirasi to'xtatib yubordim. Endi ovozni ko'rishim umid, endi menimcha yaxshi bo'layotgan bo'lishi mumkin. Xo'p, o'yin boshlandi. Tekshir umid. Ovozi. Nima o'yinda ovoz kelmay qoldi? O'yinda ovoz kelmay qoldi. Negaki? Tak, nima kerak bu?
BEHIJOLAT lines up the util.
Get.
It's going to have to be Jimmy's first test already. Had his bell rung, working with low HP. Does dip back in for the opening headshot. Now burnt to a crisp. Nothing from Spinks. There is a man on the scene. There was a man on the scene. Switched to past tense by the Glock of Ziello. Brolin and Exertion are here. Could play disruptive. But the bomb is allowed to go down. There goes the smoke from Brolin. No one occupies the tunnels. Are they just going to go for a cheeky boost here? Anything visible? BEHIJOLAT spotted it. Info for Ziello. He adjusts. Walking on in. They'll give it their best shot of things, but the restraint from PARIVISION. Look how perfectly they play the close.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. And there was util prepared for that. A HE and a flash for Spinks to assist Jimmy, and he does well for back of plant, the young Finn, to get one, but the Flames do their work, and that'll be a pistol round. And if you've been paying attention to PARIVISION and their run throughout Cluj, they've been the second lowest rated team as far as pistols are concerned, at 30%.
We saw them win 0 in our last series.
But if you reflect on the head-to-head against MOUZ, it was 3-3. So this is a little bit more part of the course, at least in the head-to-head matchup. This will be the force buy for MOUZ. Into lower, early info, Torji played off a cat, and they're trundling up. There'll be a biff here.
Yeah, it looks like Torji is trying to play for that early pick-off, of course, with support from lower. Tags onto Ziello, then Ziello will profit. Solid work. SMG converts what the scouts started. The trade from BEHIJOLAT denied. He's got 2. Impeccable output, and he's been baited in. Brolin hoping to be overlooked as Spinks just snaps into the fight. A double kill, swinging out the short side with the 5-7, and MOUZ have immediately rectified their shortcomings in the pistol.
Okay, Sway, well, you've had some good moments in the MP7, but 1v4 is likely asking a bit too much. Swan has fallen flat immediately, and Torji is the man tasked with locking this down. There's a cross short, but they know exactly where he is. Able to now rejig the defense to deal with this. The fact that they've been able to scavenge these rifles into their hands, this one is all over in a moment's time.
I mean, this is a whole lot better than the pistol, isn't it? You get 3 AK-47s, 4 of you alive. What's the best outcome here for Sway?
Well, if he could do some damage, that'd be great, but hopefully he's not trying to save this. We'll find out. It is starting to tick on down.
It's starting to look like
yeah,
it.
he might. Yeah, okay, well, there you go. Thinking the...
Really?
Yeah, James thought process. Something's better than nothing. So they will get the 1,400 loss bonus going into the next. He's going to retain the armor in the MP7. Not the most glamorous. You have the stat lines for PARIVISION throughout. As mentioned, second worst pistol rate at around 30%. His way is their highest rated player. And he's 30 in the tournament. The team doesn't stand out in any major stat category other than having the most maps played, and despite all that, they're here in the semi-finals. So this is a team that, if they can take you into deep waters, that's where they do their best work. When we have the push-pull of the economy late in the game, the 10-10s, played a bunch of overtime games as well in the last few. And
what a setup.
Gone very wrong very quickly. Just not considering this at all, right? The fact that the back is turned, they are not ready for MOUZ to bring that level of aggression out the gate, and this is a map that MOUZ struggled on. It was their permaban in the last season. Now that Anubis is back, this is how they have to play again. Understandably, the force buy back for PARIVISION. Don't see much value out of this, just a couple of smokes with the upgrades in play. scurry up and two smokes can just deploy these either crisscross or short, one towards A, one to mid to B, try and cause a little bit of misdirection. Exertion CT spawn, TOVUSH playing over towards the ramp, Brolin anchoring long. Just highlighting, hey, there's some tells if they're smoking mid to B, at least to block MOUZ from that A side. Just saw James exploit that gap in the last match. Right now with Spinks and Jimmy on a bit of an island, it's mid to B is looking good.
I still feel like this B defense from MOUZ is incredibly intimidating, even if it is just the two of them. Ooh, never mind, a contribution from the scout tag. Jimmy and Spinks are hard to get past. Sway's MP7 finds a little output. Spinks at the back of the site, getting pressure applied. He's done very well, but James will enable a plant with the trade. Quick flash over. James loses vision temporarily. Oh, 2 bullets, it's just not enough. Goes for it, risks it. No reaction out of MOUZ. Concerned about the tunnel side. Window spotted out, fires off a shot from the sidearm. TOVUSH equipping that Tech 9, and they'll just try and push. Synchronized push. A first headshot's clean. Removes exertion. Is there really grounds for the clutch out of James early? He's making it look threatening. TOVUSH runs at him down. It's a MOUZ round, as you can tell.
Yeah, TOVUSH making any extra fans yesterday, but I understand the sentiment of Cycrin that they've just fed up with it. This is a team that plays good Counter-Strike. Hell, you could even say great. They just lack that spark to be considered an elite team to lift the silverware, living in Vitality's era.
Living in Vitality's shadow.
And well, you're constantly making the playoffs. You're a top 4 team. It's been 202 days since they last made a grand final, and almost a year to the day since they lifted the trophy here in Cluj, but getting to run off any of that hard work of once upon a time. Go now for PARIVISION, and everyone needs to prepare themselves for a lot of slow rolls. Right? These aren't going to be quick rounds.
It does seem clear that MOUZ just want to fight on these mid-catwalk approaches. TOVUSH's done well. Going to get run down, repositions nicely, and into the meat grinder. Sausages on the menu. 5 alive for MOUZ.
That's key. So building a little bit of extra cash here. Do they want to get rid of this MP9 on Spinks? TOVUSH drops the AK, and they can bring out the AWP. They know for sure James is going to have his. Nice not to see a Dunstan tactical time. He loves to call them early just to ensure everybody's on the same page. James does bring the AWP, but not the best spawn for this, so it'll be a late boost into lower tunnels. They've already slipped. They need to worry about this.
Yeah, Spinks definitely wants to use this MP9 up close and personal. Little bait and switch and a back turn. You weren't ready for that one. Important from Sway. Remove Spinks before things spiral.
Now, well, this boost is meant to tend to that, right? But they were just so late assembling it because of the spawns. The fact that they've gone 1 for 1, there's a chance. Brolin, deep long, notes up. Doesn't give away the shadow. Brolin's activation for a push. This could be one way in, right? With the PARIVISION pack rolls, if they're not watching the extremities when they're grouped up looking for these pops and finishes, pushing through long, it's always risky. But it could be the gap required to give them all the information. Back at the site on the jump spot. Util in hand to block. Has a smoke to work with as well. And that right there is a bait smoke. Rollins ahead. He is far away from B, so Jimmy needs to hold them at the door for a moment longer.
That's what his utility serves to do.
Now this is, Brolin's activating. Look at the perfect timing. Jimmy blocks B, Brolin activates. Now they have info. You have to wait this out if you're PARIVISION, and that should free up the potential rotation. Brolin calling mid-clear. Exertion tucked in Goose. TOVUSH needs to get over there and help Jimmy now.
He's going to be in the right place. 35 seconds for the finish. PARIVISION's T side, the gun's back out. Looking like this one's stacked against them now. Has to be brute force. The flashes and a swing from Jimmy. Doesn't find what he's looking for. Fresh magazine, TOVUSH primed and ready. Just one. Jimmy goes down to James. Oh, hang on. Belchinox hit Brolin in rotation. It's just TOVUSH. They know he's around here somewhere. A double swing. Multiple elevations, and it's James providing the covering fire. They had all the answers. They knew where you were and what you were doing, and still PARIVISION break through.
Yeah, this is the output of the individuals, right? Maybe not household names, but these kids can shoot. Sure, they're from the streets. The James Cats, and they are delivering. And right there, a tough one. The flashes to waylay them, constantly jarring, not getting caught and mowed down.
Yeah, I mean, this band of young talents under the Time Lord's tutelage are thriving.
Right, not going to use the AWP on the boost. TOVUSH, by taking a pick, is not going to really garner anything. Mid-doors is smoked, and they're looking for a long pop. Roland pushes through to blue bin. They've called this off for a moment, so doors is smoked. It'll be a different plan. Yellow down middle. Noda a long cat, the break timing.
Always exposed. Textbook from TOVUSH. He's got his timings all ironed out. A second break. Jane wanted to try and get info off of that, and he's been spotted. Spinks notes the presence in middle, and a yellow block on short. No progress for him. Potentially a catch here. Oh, he has. Knocks the boots off of Spinks, but his heart still beats.
And we've got them split in the 2-3, the standard hold right now. You're able to at least close down the ground with the Tech 9 round. So do you want to try and get away with more of the same? Exertion, Goose, Brolin to take the contact, and TOVUSH locked down long. Not meant to be quiet, undetected. One of the keys holding on to you till late. Very important versus a team like PARIVISION. So got a couple of smokes at Molly, and now mid to be Precious. Way trying to get some space here.
Don't forget, James softened up Spinks, going to make it harder for him to find defensive output.
How close he is. Time's the biggest problem right now, and the rotation, it's not moving. They're staying in this setup.
Yeah, they're not falling for the smoke and mirrors gain. The PARIVISION play. TOVUSH's patience rewarded.
You might have to save.
Especially if you know James. Way removing Jimmy. It's just Spinks on B, but the bomb.
Time to get
Could
there.
it make it? He's going to try. He is going to try. 10 seconds as Spinks falls. Countdown. Needs to read 4. They've got it down. This is why he got the name. The Lord of Time does it again. PARIVISION pull it off, and they've got Zwei to thank.
That is crazy that they're able to pull that off. And the output from Zwei on this MP7, absolutely wild. You feel like they're just not working with the time or the numbers. Coachnot goes down long for free. Noda was the kill on the break. TOVUSH, he gets 2 kills within the round. He's sitting at 9 and 2, and that's not enough. They have timed that one to absolute perfection there. We've got 6 rounds of play. They won the pistol, lost the force, yet to get an opening kill, and we're all tied up. This is the stubborn nature of PARIVISION's playstyle. They can break through.
I mean, yeah, a round of applause for that one. It's like a pantomime in Cluj-Napoca.
You got someone to cheer for, it means you got to have someone to cheer against. Now's for the timeout. Get this one in before they run out of money. All those saves are through. They're able to get M4s for everybody who went down. So good for the purchasers. In the earlier stages, they're happy to push into lower, fight off short, but now that the AWPs are out, a bit of a different tussle. A couple of long spawns for Yellow and BEHIJOLAT. Does James just want him to run through the default? So this is how it starts. Minute 35 on the clock, opening incision. Long walk out, 24 seconds dead. And then we're sub 20. Jimmy goes for a little bit of a look. Zwei attacks on Spinks, leg back side, and that's it. So really, I guess if you're pointing fingers, you're blaming Jimmy for leaving the side, but you're not thinking anything's happening at that moment.
Especially when BEHIJOLAT's going long.
Yeah, you're making the assumption that it's maybe just going to be a classic James save. All right, well, it is the default. And Zello pair up through the lower tunnels. Noda out top mid. Oh,
okay. Instantaneous trade. TOVUSH's AWP noted. And BEHIJOLAT's going to get away from that. Some heavy damage was inflicted from the HE there. You can see Zialo and Zwei operating at half HP. TOVUSH wants to make a sweep on short. He's playing with some confidence today. Look at this. He's on in. Nota's booked him. Exertion eats the first flash, buys space. Striding into the A site. Concerned about that late long arrival. You know someone from PARIVISION is going to be lingering. How do the CTs want to approach this? If you find Zielo, maybe you give it a go. A head-to-head clash here. Zielo half health. Exertion looking the wrong way. That's got to be round.
Well, no one knows the money management better than PARIVISION, so do they want to send a couple of hounds off the leash here to try and hunt these two rifles away? You know, this is the B defenders. Zilla immediately sprinting over towards T-spawn, but the bomb already halfway gone. I think they might just be allowed to hold on to this. So loss bonus reads 2,400. Scoreline reads 4-3 in favor of PARIVISION. That's their first opening kill as well, so able to make good on that. But again, what is the convention doesn't seem to be the way that PARIVISION get the job done. It's always nice to watch. You have a team who really drill in terms of the fundamentals. That's the base of this squad. They popped onto the screens late last year. Had some solid Counter-Strike at the major, but to start 2026 with the upgrade of Sway coming in for AW. Already been in a grand final, picked that up in Bounty. Look at the results in Krakow. It's nothing to turn your nose up at.
Nah, but I do agree that this Sway pickup does feel like the missing piece.
Head to head again.
Oh, what a flick! Axel Sculler, Torji, opening kill once more.
2 rounds consecutive now for Jame on the AWP.
And this time, no immediate response. They have that man advantage as the round plays on. Brolin, a FAMAS. Just a FAMAS in this off angle. How's Belchinok's positioning? Well done from Brolin! Exceptional!
Beautiful little great output in the middle of the open. Just has to stand and bang. Long pressure now being applied. All 3 players from MOUZ over towards A. You can see grouped up looking for some short space. The way out of this is going to be his yellow and apple tunnels. They want to send him to have a little bit of a look.
It's curious to me that Spinks has equipped that AWP on this long fight. Are you going to be assuming that it's still on the corpse of Torji? Smoke break. Whoa, never mind. It was actually a bit too deep, but it landed right in the pocket of Zwei.
Yellow's made a noise here.
Yeah, and that's going to be the end of him. Exertion profits from the misstep. Looking set to collect now. MOUZ spots the flash of flesh, just a tip of the head of Zwei, but he's allowed to get across.
Look how quick they're rerouting here. Trade around along with 2 of them. Bomb hasn't gone down. This is going to buy more time. James has to lock this.
I think James clocked it. He knows what's up. The fact that they're sticking together like this, but also with an AWP.
Look at this position he's holding.
It's hard to envision a world where he gets more than one. Oh my God. Takes it. Spinks was lining up.
Unbelievable
scenes in
Cluj-Napoca.
Dust out of his chair.
We're in the 8 rounds deep. Put it on a show.
The coach loved that one.
Stunning.
All right, the openers and the closers catch this one again.
I got the goosebumps, man.
Let's just walk on by. Statement from Jay. Money broken now. MOUZ. Out to fumble.
Oh, and he's hit another one. Jimmy stomachs an all bullet to his Kev.
Arena JONLI.
I've still got chills.
Well, looking comfy on home turf, aren't they? Let's see. Round number 6, this one could be a certainty. There's a Hero M4 in the mix on Spinks. Everyone else just with a couple of upgraded pistols. We're going to be seeing next loss bonus going next. Torji will be back in the server.
Yellow has an inquisitive glance towards the ace side. Goose Molotov will force a reaction. Or not. It's the incendiary. He borrowed one from MOUZ in the previous round, and it has not spread as he hoped.
It's tough to see a team like PARIVISION drop the ball in a round like this. They're the ones who snatched them away when you made the mistakes. Just go to the Falcon series. You want to play with confidence. You want to play a setup that's not so fundamentally sound. You can lose to Glocks. Well,
yeah, I mean, that's you talk about the PARIVISION fundamentals being so well ironed out. If you lack them, if you can't keep up in that department, expose it.
The finish now, and we'll start to head over, and then you've got the net. Belchinok has this long push, Zello has short, and you're either just going to stay stuck or look for some room, and you'll be denied. Beautiful. In a packed year already for this PARIVISION team. Started boot camp back on 2nd of January. 3 tournaments consecutive. They've had 1 off day in the last 45. And grinding is the name of the game, right? Getting back into this. Yanko discussing Virtus Pro. It's an absolute train wreck now. Then that was James Home. They didn't have faith in him to be the man. Well, reunited with Dastan. This team is top 5 in the VRS. This year, they've beaten teams like Spirit, Furia, Falcons, Aurora, G2, FaZe, and Astralis. That's teams in or around the top 10. And there's only 3 names not on that list, and they could all be on that run. It's MOUZ now. It's Vitality or Mongols in the final. Timeout taken. This one, number 2 from Cycron. So feeling that it's getting away from you quick. It's 5 straight rounds. Manage the force and then tip the economy in your favor, but only for a short while.
I still think the ramifications of that incredible James sequence is going to be echoing around, bouncing around the MOUZ players' heads.
That's really where they got broken, and all the cash they earned in that third, or at least 3 consecutive, was removed there, and that's what just sold them down to the lighter buy. But here it is. It's back out completely. Jane with a good spawn to take the fight over towards Suicide once more. Torji, he's attempted to challenge a couple of times. Oh, James, he's taking some liberties. Look at this. Straight down the guts.
He's hyper aggressive.
He's ready for the short play too.
He's anticipating that that's going to be the play, and there are 2 players considering their options. Torji and Exertion, though, aren't going to overextend. Torji fires off a shot, wrinkles his nose as he was unable to provide an opening kill for round 10.
Standard hold from MOUZ. They're not able to really disrupt the default if that opening pick doesn't come in. So space is going to be taken.
About to hit that minute mark. Block smoke arrives towards the mid door.
The B player is not using any U2 after Zwei has taken a shot and thrown out a flash. And if anything, it's an invitation. They're going to come looking. It's just feigning a presence, and they'll be right. This is a huge play. The A side now should start to block to buy time.
Info bo'ladi. Bo'ldi bu aga.
And they will.
Aga bo'lyapti bu. Bunda xabari bor. Tunneldan hozir nima kelayotganini.
40 seconds can feel like a lifetime up against this PARIVISION
not watching this.
Looks like it's going to get caught. Yeah, easy find. It's going to accelerate them. Feeling like a rock and a hard place scenario for PARIVISION.
Straight into a mid to B, or?
I think he's not sure. Indecision visible for the first time.
They're coming back.
Jimmy comes in for a second look. A double dip. Zwei will put him down in the dirt. 18 seconds needed to hit that, did Torji. Compulsory frag. Belchinok. Oh, he's not giving up. He's walking into the site, but Exertion has secured it. 8 seconds as they try and run through. There's just simply not enough time.
Double-edged sword to playing that clock right down. We've seen it pay off with the last seconds of the clock, and now we've seen it cost them. The map control taken away from you. Zwei did a decent job to try and apply the pressure. Well, back to just a 2-round gap. So the timeout from Cyclone, at least the second.
Birinchi timeout'ni ishlatyapti. MOUZ shu allaqachon ikkitasini ishlatib bo'lgan.
They don't have great long spawns to work with right now. It's just Zwei. So don't expect a pace change just yet. We've only got 2 rounds left in the half. We might not see one. Might just be more of the same as
JM'da men qorishdi.
It'll be touch and go for the final round if they do lose this one, PARIVISION, financially, but they should have enough to scrap together something relatively threatening. So is it going to be quite the lead, or are we going to tie things up? Double or CT side. Spinks is brought out the secondary.
We have seen PARIVISION's penchant for 6-6 halves.
James Orp going to go start over B with the pack of Yellow and Zwei. Post up, maybe you can catch Spinks, who has out the AWP. He's going to want to take a line with him.
Yeah, he is. James would be peeking in, though. Spinks already posted. Say that as he actually does disassemble.
James playing this super late. He's not holding the line, he's waiting for a push, and now he's starting to activate.
Oh, Spinks! He had the advantage every day of the week there, James. Lucky to be alive.
Look at Brolin, he did this earlier in the piece. He's super forward long doors again. He's starting to activate these info plays. It's upper tunnels, now it's long. They're really exploiting the extremities.
It's a proactive move that could very well bear fruit.
He's coming to T-spawn, not clearing out top mid.
The opportunity for the